Hi, and welcome to this webinar. My name is Laakso, and working as a growth ambassador at Staria and being part of our SuiteApp team. Today we are going to have a short and efficient webinar. I'm going to talk more about our SuiteApp named INFlow to deal with vendor bills in NetSuite. As this is a short and efficient webinar, we will try to cover as much as possible, but if you have any questions, please submit them in the chat box. And the materials and information shared today will also be shared with you over email after this webinar. Firstly, a few words about Staria. We have been a solution provider and a Suite Cloud member since 2013 with NetSuite. And we do also have other services such global accounting, HR, payroll, and RPA and artificial intelligence services. We are located in several countries with multiple offices, and the headcount is over 300 people with a turnover of 27 million estimated for 2021. Today's agenda is INFlow, a solution that's built into NetSuite to handle the AP automation process. We're going to look at a few aspects of this solution today and what it brings additionally to NetSuite's core functionalities. So as mentioned, this is a SuiteApp and a hybrid SuiteApp, and we do have the possibility to have scanned or other formatted bills imported into NetSuite automatically. But apart from that, we do have a lot of other benefits from this solution, and one of the key things here is a flexible approval flow process that we can establish in NetSuite. When we deal with the vendor bills in NetSuite, we do have the benefits of dealing with one database, one system, one environment, and having a real-time data and instant GM impact stream. Also, having a good audit trail is a great benefit. I want to tell you a little bit more about the approval matrix today, because I would say that's the backbone of INFlow. When we get the vendor bills into NetSuite, we need to do something with them, and we do have what we call the approval matrix that we have added to NetSuite. This enables you to set up different flows for different types of transactions, such as bills and bill credits, and have them flow in according fashion. The definitions are flexible. To mention a few, they might be standalone or linked bills. So we can link, for example, a vendor bill to a PO or item receipt. We can have stock or non-stock products. We can utilize discrepancies that we can set for each vendor on the vendor records. And we can, for example, also have approval amount ranges for employees. Approvers might be based on a variety of different things, and standard from NetSuite, we can of course use employees or utilize roles, but we have also added a few other options, such as approvers for a specific vendor or project, somebody that has approved or made the actual purchase request, line level approving, and so forth. We do also have the possibility to utilize saved searches if we need to have a more complex approval flow put in place. We do have a few other key aspects of INFlow, and of course, having the vendor bills flow in the system in a good manner is of course one of the good things, but on top of that, we have also thought about different aspects from a user perspective. So we do of course have the financial team dealing with this process on a daily basis, and we have added additional features when dealing with this in core NetSuite. We will be looking at a few of them in a demo that I have prepared for you today. On top of that, we have also developed what we call the INFlow portal, which is mainly aimed for individuals that do not use NetSuite on a daily basis and necessarily don't have a NetSuite license. With the INFlow portal, we can invite more people from the organization to approve, give comments, and perhaps modify some details on the bill. This is of course beneficial from a financial team perspective because you will have the necessary tools to the employees so that you don't have to search for the information in any other given format. Now we're going to have a quick look at a demo, and as I just mentioned, we are going to have a quick look at core NetSuite, and then we're also going to look at the portal a little bit more. So when dealing with a transaction in NetSuite, we have a bill open here, an example, and one of the first thing that we have added is a floating document image. So instead of drilling down into the communications tab and searching for the PDF in the file cabinet, you will have the possibility to view the bill immediately. This window might be resized and put anywhere you would like on the screen, and INFlow will always remember it. If you wish not to use this feature, then it's possible to just hide it, and INFlow will as well remember that. For the approval flow, we have also added possibilities to retrigger that flow or alternatively override the flow if needed. We can also see what the status is, that it's pending approval, and we can see the information that we have populated the transaction with. We do have the items and expense lines down below, and we do also have a sub-tab for INFlow. In this sub-tab, we would be able to see more details regarding the approval flow. We can see what the status is. We can see who would be the next approver. We might also see who is the purchase requester, if that information is available. And then we do also have other notes and comments from approvers visible here. We can also have the possibility to look more in detail which specific approval flow it's being used at the moment. Down below, we do as well have a history of approvers to see who has been approving it and when. If we jump over to the portal, we can see that I would put it this way, that it's a lighter view of what we just saw. So it's more focused on a approval standpoint. We can see up top that we have the possibility to search according to different criteria, such as according to specific subsidiaries or to a specific vendor. We can also see the bills that I need to do something for. I can see for which subsidiary it is. I can see to which vendor. I can see potentially a customer number, dates, amounts, and as well also see the status and who is the next approver. I can view the PDF file, and I can as well go into a view or edit mode. How we see the portal typically being used is that the approvers go into view or edit mode, check that the information is correct, or perhaps do some modifications. And after they are done, they are going to select all and approve or reject. This speeds up the process. But if I were to open up one example here, this is actually the same bill as we just saw before. So we have the basic information of the bill. We can see the PDF on the right-hand side. And if we go down, we can see who is the next approver. We can also add additional approvers. A good example would be if I have a colleague that's being part of the same project as I am, I would perhaps want him to double check that all the information is correct. I can also add notes, and if I reject, it's mandatory to add a note. I can go into edit mode, and then I have the possibility to edit the fields. I have also the possibility to split the expense and item lines, but I always need to have the amount subtotal as on the original. That was a short introduction to INFlow. There's a lot more that I would be happy to tell you. So if you have any questions, please submit them to the chat. We are still having 2 minutes left of this webinar, or otherwise send me an email. I would be happy to answer them over a separate call with you guys and to discuss more in detail how INFlow would be suitable for your organization. But if you have any questions now, I'm gonna check if we have questions here. Just a moment. Yeah, so we have one question here regarding if you can have the flows for different transactions. So yes, you might have them, or typically you have them for vendor bills, but you can also have, for example, for bill credits. Yeah, another question regarding if INFlow is being used in a specific country or region. INFlow is being used on a global scale, so we do have clients in many different countries dealing with different languages and different ways of working. So INFlow is a flexible and global solution. That's all what we have time for today. Send us an email if you have any questions and would like to have a more detailed demo. Thank you.